Hello and welcome back to another timeless video. We are doing IZZET Wizards today. This is a deck that I always wanted to try, but sort of pushed it further and further ahead. And what reminded me of this deck is the Arena Coliseum, which was a tournament that took place yesterday, where I also participated in, but I got two early losses and dropped. And yeah, so in that tournament, which I can post with all the deck lists, might be interested in that, you guys. Grixis Wizards actually went 7-0 in the Swiss, and so yeah, I thought, hey, I basically got reminded of the Wizards archetype as a whole, and of course you can go Grixis, and Nicholas, who played the deck, went with Fatal Push and Orcish Bowmasters as a light black splash. And I'm just going to go with the IZZET version here because I really want to try a card that might be underappreciated. The good old Sleep-Cursed Faerie. Or let's say not underappreciated, but definitely undertried. I wouldn't say underplayed, but undertried, because maybe it turns out that it's just bad. But being a 1-mana card that turns into a threat later on, that's pretty formidable. A 3/3 Ward 2, kind of annoying. And also having the important aspect of being a wizard, of course, enabling all your wizard cards while being hard to remove in the first place. So your wizard enabling, like your Flame of Anor, will be enabled for a while. I wanted to try it. I wanted to give it a shot. It might just be the case that the Grixis version is better. Orcish Bowmasters, I mean, is arguably the best card in the format, or one of the best. So yeah. This deck, one of the reasons I pushed it a little bit away was that it is sort of a deck that could almost play Lurrus, but doesn't really, because it then plays Tidebinder. So there's a lot of weight on how good Tidebinder actually is, because if it isn't that amazing, then you probably don't want to play this deck, and you just want to play some sort of Lurrus amalgam. But with the 7-0 from Nicholas, he kind of showed that the deck has legs, and I mean, the Tidebinder is very good in a Titan matchup. It can counter any activated or triggered ability, so that counters even something like Storm. Storm is a trigger, so if they cast Tendrils with Storm 8, you can just counter the first Storm, and then it's only 2 damage and 2 life for them. It counters the fetch lands, of course, as many of you have already experienced, I'm sure, at least once in the format, getting Tidebindered. Yeah, it does things a little here and there, is a wizard itself, so yeah. And we are playing the rest of the cards. I mean, they're pretty stock blue stuff. 2 Spell-Pierce, 2 Scolding, 4 Lightning Bolt, Wizard's Lightning. Not exactly sure if this is going to be better than like an Unholy Heat, honestly. I might just change this immediately, because the issue is, if your opponent plays like a Deathrite Shaman on turn 1 and you have this in hand, it's going to be pretty sad, right? Even if you have the Fairy, you're going to have to wait a turn to kill the Deathrite Shaman. And if you don't have the Fairy, this card just turns out to be really bad, because you don't even... You know, I'm kind of talking myself out of it. It's a little gimmicky. I think it's just bad. I shouldn't play it. The problem is there's not many good other options, because Unholy Heat is very difficult to enable in this deck to get the Delirium. We only have 3 sorceries, plenty instants, 12 creatures, and we have the fetch lands, but only 3 sorceries. So I don't know what to play. You could play Torch the Tower. Maybe Strangle is the best option. It's a sorcery though, so it's not that great. I don't know. Maybe I'll play Torch the Tower, but I don't have anything to sack for Torch the Tower, so it's just Magma Spray, essentially. Flame Blessed Bolt, I guess, it would be the direct comparison. Or do I have something to sack? I don't, right? No, I don't. I don't know. I'm just gonna go with 1 Torch, 1 Strangle. Is there... Oh, there's Molten Impact. Huh. That card is quite good. Molten Impact. Yeah, I love that one. Maybe I'll play that one. Or I'll play 1 Molten Impact. Totally forgot about it. It's a pretty good card against creature decks. Well, I have the sideboard already open. Maybe we... Yeah, just kick out the Unholy Heat and play another... You really do want 1-drop removal, because the 1-drop on turn 1 is the annoying part. And I do have a bunch of Scoldings as well. Maybe I kick out a Brotherhood's End and play like another Torch. Alright. Yeah, that's the main deck. We're doing the Wizards shenanigans. We have Mystic Sanctuary, of course. We're playing, only blue cards. Lorien Revealed in here as well. Pretty simple stuff, pretty standard. And then the sideboard, yeah, pretty stock stuff too. We have the ability to play Blood Moon, of course. We have Ashiok, which is a great sideboard card that you can play without Lurrus, of course. And then just random cards that are good here and there. Castle Defy is good against Orc or Ring or any artifact shenanigans, unlicensors. Plus Ashiok is 4 graveyard hate pieces. I think that should be good. A Mystic Dispute, you know, why not? And a Brotherhood's End against artifact or aggressive creature decks. Card is very flexible in that sense. And powerful where it actually is good. There might not be many decks where this card is very good, but when it's good, it's very good. So having 1 copy of it, I think, it seems kind of nice. Also considering that we have Mystic Sanctuary, so we can get it back and cast it over again. That makes all these one-offs a little bit better, right? So yeah, IZZET Wizards, you could easily play Grixis, splash for black, and then you have the ability to run Go Blank, which is a very nice card in this format. And other things as well. You could also run green, which gives you access to like Veil of Summer, which makes you better against counterspells. Yeah, you can easily splash a foot color. It doesn't cost you much because you have just putting one breeding pool into your deck means you have 11 sources plus the breeding pool, so 12 sources of breeding pool available to you. So it's very easy to splash. But I'm just gonna go for the monocolored version. Maximizes on Blood Moon too. I guess you could also put Blood Moon in the main deck. It wouldn't be a crazy idea. It just makes the Mystic Sanctuaries worse. So in some matchups, it's going to be kind of bad when it's not great against like other red-black decks or whatever. But where it's good, it's obviously very strong. So yeah, that is Blue-Red Wizards. Let's give it a shot. Alrighty. No red mana. Yeah, I don't think this is a keep. All right. This I can work with. Maybe you need some more card selection. You kind of only have Brainstorm in the early game. I guess Flame of Anor is also card selection in a way. We're not playing against Lurrus. Polluted Delta. Could play Expressive Iteration, but Expressive Iteration is pretty bad with a bunch of counterspells. Because if you like reveal counterspells for Expressive Iteration, that's not great. Maybe it's Junt. Junt actually took down the tournament with 4 Veil of Summer in the sideboard. Really, after Blue-Black Mistman won the last time, Junt with 4 Veil of Summer wins this time. The Mistman deck that won the 16-player Creator Clash. Yeah, it's kind of funny. It's kind of funny. But here's a Swamp, interestingly enough. They fetched Overgrown Tomb, now Swamp. It's probably John. No, it's black-green? Okay. Wow. Able to play around Spell Pierce, that's... Yeah, I guess, okay. I guess it's the deck that Gab played, maybe? The green, the mono black. Probably just mono black Necro. Yeah, a Necro resolving is not that good for me. Yeah, Junt with 4 Veil of Summer seems pretty nice. It's a lot of cards. Maybe I can burn my opponent out with the Bolt. We'll see. Kind of funny that you can Mystic Sanctuary Bolt on top of your deck and sort of like burn your opponent to death. Yeah, that's good. I mean, they only have 3 mana, so they need another ritual to cast something meaningful. So maybe I just counterspell here. Right. If they have another ritual and have the payoff, I'm just gonna probably scoop it up. Oh wow. That's very unusual. I did not expect that. Someone must have watched my videos. I feel like I'm the only person who ever put that thing into a timeless deck. It's pretty good here. It's pretty good here. Unfortunately for me. Funnily enough, just a decent card in this format, maybe even. The Ward, good against removal, Graveyard Hate, main deck. Yeah, no, I lost this game. I mean, they drew like how many cards with Necro? 11. Pretty good, pretty good. Maybe I can cheese one out with Lightning Bolts and Snappy if I draw, I don't know, another Lightning Bolt or something. All right. Yeah, I guess. This, I don't know, could work. I'll doubt. I have my doubts, but we'll see. So they go to 7. We have a bolt. They go to 4. We'll see. Yeah. All right. Okay. Well, now I can literally just draw bolt off the top, right? Maybe they have March of Otherworldly, or not the other March, the Black March, and can gain a bunch of life in response, maybe. Yeah, I assume they have that, otherwise this seems a bit risky. Then they have to kill one of their own orcs. But yeah, I first have to draw the lightning bolts. Okay. You are protected. I could thin my deck. I have Mystic Sanctuary, I think I'll just leave it. I have Brainstorm, so I'll leave that land in my hand. I know they have Orc, so Brainstorm not that great. It's kind of funny that, like, my draw was... Okay. Actually. They only gain 2, so... I guess now I just shuffle my deck, so I have more looks. There was a very cool Necro deck that made top 8 as well by Eliot Dragon, who's just, yeah. Like that deck a lot more than this one. So I take 9 damage here, casting this Brainstorm, but hey, it's worth it if I find Lightning Bolt and they don't have. Okay. Yeah, freelance. Are not necessarily gonna cut it. Yeah, I'm dead. Like, even if I'm dead. It's just too much damage that I take here. You can't survive with the Otawara. Okay. Spell Pierce. Because I don't have much hate for this deck. All the cards on my sideboard are for other matchups. To be fair, my main deck maybe isn't that bad, so that makes up for the fact. Yeah, I guess like for this matchup you would want more like negate effects, I guess. More spell pierce. Cast into fire for the ring. Oh, Needle. I forgot to put Needle on my sideboard. Yeah, Needle has to be in my sideboard for sure. Scolding. I think they only play Bowmasters. I don't think... I mean, no, actually they do play Deathrite Shaman as well, I think. Well, yeah, Cast into Fire makes a lot of sense. It does get rid of Bowmasters and it does get rid of the other guy. They might have Leyline 4 times. I think Gap played 4 Ashiok. So funnily enough, Mystical Dispute would be good there. Tidebinder is actually kind of nice here, isn't it? I mean, looking at my configuration, I kind of like all the cards I have. You could convince me to cut a Scolding, but Scolding is good against Bowmasters, so... It just seems like a decent matchup for me. I don't know. They went Bowmasters into Dark Ritual Necro to go around my Spell Pierce. Yeah, that was tough to beat. I mean... Got me good right there. Okay. Yeah, for this type of thing, you probably want like a Brazen Borrower on your sideboard. Brazen Borrower is one of the best answers out of any blue deck. For good old Leyline of the Void, and yeah. No! That was a mistake. Okay. Yeah, I think Blood Moon doesn't do a whole lot. They play like 10 Swarms, so... I have 6 lands here. It's pretty rough, actually. Man, I'm playing a bit... I'm playing... Like, I shouldn't even use my fetch land there. Like, that's so wrong. Like, I should maybe use 1 fetch land, but then not more. And how many lands can I draw? Come on, be real. I shouldn't use more than that because I have Brainstorm in my deck. Alright, I mean, this is just a bit of a non-game, I guess. Okay, we have drawn something that's not a land. I have Brainstorm, Flame of Anor, Tishana's Tidebinder, Snapcaster Mage, Counterspell. I have a lot of good draws here. They've already played a land. So maybe they're planning to play, I don't know, another Necro here. The land. They have not played a land, I meant. No? Why did you use Ritual? Just to play around Spell Pierce? No land drop? Sort of the question, are they going to go for it or not? And Leyline of the Void doing work here for sure. It's very good against this deck. I could just tap out for Lorien Revealed and give them the floor. And sort of play a tempo game after that, maybe. Or I just keep up counter magic still. Bluff it. I don't have it. I think I go for the Lorien Revealed because it's so bad if they just slam the Necro. This way I can maybe find Flame of Anor, Brainstorm, you know, like get something going and then maybe tempo them a little bit. I don't know. They also have 4 March, So they can just gain a bunch of life with that. Drawing Ritual is smart. These decks are so much worse without Ritual, by the way. Like, so much worse. This is by far the way the best card. And I think these Necro decks are not particularly good. Like, this at least is not particularly good. The one by Eliot is, I think, very strong. But these, like, sort of fairish Necro decks, they're not great. I can just feature Eliot's deck and make a video on it. It has a combo kill, so that makes it a lot stronger, I think. Although also that deck is also one-dimensional, so. Yeah, I need Needle for this matchup, 100%. I need Needle, I need Brazen Borrower. Like, my sideboard was just terrible. And my draws were really bad all these games. Like, just... Yeah. I mean, in game 1 I had a good draw, but they had a good draw too, and they beat me, so... They drew a lot of cards here. But they can't march, so they have to discard a bunch. I don't even know if that's... It's pretty aggressive to draw this many cards, because you cannot march anything, because this has Ward 2, so will get countered. So, like, you have to... You basically wasted a bunch of cards. Like, the only like, logical and reason would be that your hand is just complete garbage. But they only had spells in hand. We know that. Because they didn't make land drops. I don't know what's going on here. But yeah, this is a weird play. Very overly aggressively using this Necro-potence. Maybe they're not aware. They're not aware. That's sad. That's pretty sad. That's why they did it. They were not aware that this thing has ward. And it will just get countered. Yeah, that's rough. Okay, that's where the mistake was. Okay. Yeah. I guess one for the Sleep-Cursed Faerie, huh? People are not familiar with the card. Yeah, oopsie daisy. Okay. It was pretty devastating. Apparently so devastating that my opponent decided to concede. Yeah, my sideboard. I need like one Brazen Borrower at least. Maybe even two. And I need at least one Needle, 100%. I don't know how I forgot about the Needle. Hmm. No good interaction. I feel like these blue decks that I've been playing a lot, they will start falling off. Reason being is there's some powerful stuff you can do in this format, and there's no free spells. And additionally to that, there's Veil of Summer. So there's gonna be a bunch of decks that run Veil of Summer that gonna just obliterate these types of decks. Like, Veil of Summer is just brutal. Four cards in hand. Interesting. Maybe I was supposed to let that happen. And then just kill it down the line after taking some damage. And just keep up the... pain. This Mystic Sanctuary is pain. All right. Yeah, this game would be... I don't know, maybe I messed up already on like turn 2. That play is pretty fine by me. Damn it! Where are my lands? All right. I don't think, like, Scolding, they have Bowmaster, maybe 1 copy, maybe. Yeah. I think I'm just gonna Brainstorm EOT, because I really just want to find a 5th land here, so I have Tidebinder plus Counterspell. They don't have another land drop, by the way, so they have 3 spells in hand. This game will be interesting. We saw the power of Flame of Anor there. Just killing Shieldred, drawing 2, that's pretty damn good. Okay, so I could shuffle away a card. Maybe just Snappy. Although, like an extra 2/1, I don't know. Like how's this game gonna go? So my Sleep Curse is gonna untap. Not this turn yet. One has to discard 1. So I have to counter March. March is like the most important card here. March and I guess something like Ring. But a Ring I have Tidebinder for. Maybe a 2/1 flash creature is actually fine to draw in this spot because I just need some damage. I think it's okay. I could untap this attack for free, but it seems a bit risky, considering that they might have drawn a discard spell I have to counter. So I'm gonna chill on that. I think the Faerie enabling the flame is a really huge deal. Like, the Grixis version is going to be worse. Because it cannot enable, like, it's going to be worse at enabling the flame. Very much so. And this thing is a very great flame enabler. Yeah, weirdly enough, this is actually a problematic card here. I could Tidebinder it, but I could bolt it and like discard a land. Maybe that's what I should have done. But the bolt can also go face, and I have 2 counterspells left. And I don't think I want to Tidebinder the Necro-potence. I think they can have that. Maybe I was meant to let the guy resolve. And I just bolted. Now they're a bit more conservative. Alright. Discard a card, no March EOT. Yeah, it's just about the marches at this point. Fatal push? Nice. That's big. I think I have to counter that as well. Yeah, I think I need the clock here. So now I only have one counterspell left. Alright, this is gonna be interesting. They used already 3 Dark Ritual though, so they cannot cheat on mana much. Oh no, actually not. This was the other game. True, they have rituals. But yeah, they're getting low on cards. They're not drawing a card per turn. That's 7. They're giving me... They're passing the turn. So if I go Snappy end of turn, they can go Orc, I can go Scolding, then they can go March, kill my Fairy, gain a bunch of life. If they have Orc and March. They also have Blast Zone over there, which can blow up my Fairy. But I can counter that with Tidebinder. The Snappy just is lethal with the Bolt. What if they just Fatal Push on the Fairy? Then I have nothing. No pressure left. They have Bowmaster and March. They need to also exile at least 1 card from their hand. No, they need to exile 2 cards from their hand to gain 4. So they need 2 black cards at Bowmasters. I think I'm gonna go for the Snap. They need like 2 more black cards. They need Bowmasters and March to punish this play. And they need to do Bowmasters right now. Alright, well, we're good. We very good. Very good. Because now I have everything covered. And the lethal lightning bolt. I should have everything covered, I think. Yeah. Alright. That's covered. And now you cannot activate Blast Zone anymore, so you have 1 more spell probably, and I have Counterspell for that. So it worked all out for me, which is nice. I was tapped low at the end step there. You could have maybe done your shenanigans exactly right there and then. And maybe should have, because if you're marching here now for 4, you definitely should have done everything right there and then. But yeah. Yeah, they had everything. They could have gotten me. Oh, they're going for March on the Snapcaster. Interesting. I don't quite understand that one. Like, then you could pay more, right? Because they play around spell pierce constantly, I guess. That's just their thing. This entire match they played around spell pierce. They were rewarded for doing so in game 1, for sure. So I have the lethal Snapcaster and the lethal Fairy. If I go Bold Face and they have March again, they need to... I probably would have already cast it, yeah. I was thinking if I should time the Bolt already to do it. Yeah, I took a little bit longer than I maybe needed to. 17 minutes against 16 minutes. Okay, my opponent actually took more time. Okay, yeah, sorry, like my opponent just got bored and just left. Yeah, it's like interesting though, because like playing perfectly, which I always try to do. You could just wait here, let them make a move first, and if they don't make a significant move, you just attack for lethal, and then they have to make a significant move, like play a march, and then you lightning bolt, you know? So I think that was the play here, technically speaking. On the other hand, you could also make the read that they likely have nothing in hand, like not even another march, which is also a reason to just play the bolt and kill them here before something random happens, like, I don't know, Forest, Weather the Storm, go crazy. Weather the Storm is a card I would definitely play with Necro-potence. Not many people are doing it. That's something to make Necro-potence a lot better. And if you're splashing for green already, I don't know, maybe it's too gimmicky. They bought it in Ashiok against me. Yeah, I don't know about that. That seems a bit hardcore. Alright, anyways, GG's. Alright, we're back. Okay, yeah, sure. A bit clunky, I guess. Also on the draw. Yeah, I mean, Snapcaster, Flame, and Tishana's Tidebinder are all 3-drops. Sort of like a soft golden rule I have is to not play more than 8 3-drops in this format. And this is all expensive stuff, technically speaking. Yeah, maybe I have to, I don't know. Difficult. Dark Ritual. Are we playing the same matchup again? Liliana on turn 1 this time. Yeah, okay. I mean, Dark Ritual... Yeah. Not a very fun card. It's depending on which side you're on. It's a fun card. This is... Yeah, it's rough. Okay, I guess I'll flash in a snappy end of turn. And then attack the Liliana to not get ultimated. This fairy will not attack for a while in this game. That will enable my... Alright, what is gonna happen here? I'm gonna... Okay, I'll just discard 1 flame, I guess. Mystic Sanctuary. Alright. So this goes to 6. If I play this, that probably will just minus. Then a flash and a snap. If they plus here, what do I discard? Maybe Flame of Anor. Getting a bit rough RNG here. This was very, very perfect for them to have like Fatal Push here or what? What is this last? No, they don't have Fatal Push? Okay. Alright, maybe we have a chance. Maybe it's a Bowmaster? Looks like it. No? What is it? Maybe it's a March. Yeah, that's good. I think it's a March. Yeah, it's a March. The last card in hand is likely a March, so... Pain. I think I'll let that happen. Considering the last card in hand is March, they're gonna Fort Seize my Flame here. Then I'm gonna discard... Like, I don't want to play the Snappy and they March it. I want them to discard the March, and then I play Snappy. Which might make them have to take the Snapcaster, actually, because it's the one card that can pressure the Lily. The Flame doesn't hit Planeswalkers, unfortunately. Okay, so now if you plus Lily... Yeah, okay. Okay. Okay, see, last card was March, I was correct. And now I just hit this down to 2. This is actually a fine position now. Doesn't matter. Oh, wow. More than just a fine position. Do I draw 2 immediately? No. Although I might get punished by Bowmasters. But if they draw Bowmasters, they play it first and then plus Lily. Demonic Tutor. What are the tutoring for? Necro-potence? Necro-potence and then minus Lily? Yeah, I've heard that the only reason that this doesn't hit Planeswalkers is because in Lord of the Rings there aren't any Planeswalkers. So flavor reasons, basically. Otherwise it would hit Planeswalkers, which would make it a lot better. Of course. I guess there's no reason for me to actually do it right now. Because I don't have any other mode to activate. Okay, those are good ones. Wow. Amazing. Huh. Yeah, okay. I mean, the situation was looking rough, but we had some nice top decks here. Yeah, fortunately this is not a hard counter. So we'll see how this game goes, I guess. Don't love my spot against the Necro resolving here. But we've won this before. Can't believe we run into the same random black deck again. Like, whatever. I think this deck is not bad. Very good. It's very reliant on Dark Ritual. This is like the best card in the deck by far. It just needs it. Otherwise, it's a bit mopey. Doesn't have good defensive tools against like the powerful combo decks either, which is what I don't like about it. Like, just play Titan or Breach Storm on the ladder, and you're just gonna stomp this deck, for example, right? Like, it's a black mid-range deck. I guess they have a bunch of Ashioks in the sideboard, probably. That helps, of course. But game 1, you're always gonna lose, and then, you know, they can have a discard spell or get lost for the Ashiok, you know. So it's not clear cut. My opponent's almost dead here. Oh, the Wooded Foothills. I added 1 extra untapped land because I didn't like the amount of... This would have been a Lorien Revealed, which would have actually fetched me... I guess a Lightning Bolt? Oh man, the Foothills is so bad here. It doesn't even get the Sanctuary. It's like the worst fetch in the world. I'll keep it in hand for Brainstorm. Land, march, exile a bunch of cards. Or just a fatal push. Yeah. Alright. Yeah, if this would be any other fetch land, I would have lethal here. That's pretty sad. I guess if it would be Lorien Revealed, I wouldn't have insta-lethal, I guess. Well. Okay. Okay, well, RNG was on my side after all in this game. After turn 1, Liliana on the play resolving. Wow, that's impressive. That is indeed impressive. Okay, we have 2 Needles, because I was like, that's funny, right? I was like, let's just play 2 Needles. If I run into a Necro-potence, I'm going to be prepared. And now I am. I very much am prepared. Torches can go. So they're also playing Deathrite Shaman. And Orc, I would guess. I mean, 100% playing Orc, even though I didn't see it. Alright, so yeah. Yeah, it's like Scolding And Lightning Bolts are the worst cards. I didn't actually cut a Lorien Revealed. I guess I just cut... What did I cut? Oh, right. I cut a Mystic Sanctuary because I was annoyed that it's an early game tap land. Yeah, I don't know if that's correct. But I went down to 2. Like, we're not Demir control. We're not dragging out the game until turn 100. Right? So I think 2 is enough. Demir control playing free makes sense because it just goes on forever. Anyways. Yeah. Maybe it's a Flame of Anor, honestly. Maybe it's a Flame of Anor. Like, dig through time like an expensive card. I have 24 lands. Maybe just cut a land. Go down to 23. Scolding, Lightning Bolts. Flame. Cut a Flame. We have some good stuff. Although I could also cut a Snapcaster Mage the more I think about it. That card is kind of expensive. And bad against Leyline of the Void. Sounds great. Sand is everything I want. But yeah, you always see like tap lands just suck in this format. And this is kind of like a tap land because you have to pay a mana to get it. Yeah, just I wonder how many games it costs me to have like Lorien Revealed instead of an untapped land. So here I want to go Bolt for the Death Rite, Memory Lapse into Flame. And now I have a tap land, so I can't perfectly curve, which makes a huge difference. Take the Memory Lapse. It's kind of annoying that the Tidebinder costs 3 mana and like all the important cards, it sort of slips under them. Like they slip under it if you're on the draw. Do I Lorien? I think yes. Yeah. Just gonna get Island or Steam Vents. I really don't have much red cards. I only have Bolt and Flame, right? I think Island is fine. Alright, no Needle, no Spell Pierce, no Counterspell. Memory Lapse taken. Ashiok. People are overrating this card, I think. Like, it's very good against Breachstorm and Titan. But I don't know if it's like... Should I Bolt that? 4 cards in hand. Flame of Anor killing it for 5 damage. Nope. I think I'm not bolting for now. Okay. Well, I'm very happy they played that on turn 3, that's for sure. Like, it's not a terrible card. But like, in this situation, it doesn't really do anything proactively. And I can just kind of ignore it and attack it down with my various creatures. And they can kill my Tidebinders and stuff, I guess. Dark Ritual. Okay. They enable Nykthos a little bit. So Tidebinder is actually not that good against Necro-potence. Because they can always respond. So you do have to kind of counter it. Like they can always respond with more activations, which yeah makes Tidebinder a pretty bad answer actually, the more I think about it. Alright. I can fetch. You allow me to. What? So I can do this, but if I do it, I won't be able to look, I guess. But yeah, that's a bit tricky. I wonder how many people got by that already. But yeah, Ashiok shuts down fetch lands last time I checked. Okay. I think this just resolves. I could like Brazen Borrower the Ashiok. Yeah, I think it's just fine. I might actually want to Brazen Borrower the Ashiok though. Because I want to put Counterspell on top of my deck to draw it again. Huh. Yeah, maybe that was a mistake. Oh, they didn't take the Brazen Borrower. Yeah, I think I want to do that. Brazen Borrower itself, not that great against Orc, but I think the ability to bounce something like a Leyline of the Void especially is like the perfect thing to bounce. Yeah, makes it a fine one-off. And also like it's better than other bounce because you do get that body on top of it. That body might be useful. So I think it's a pretty good sideboard card against Leyline out of any of these blue decks. But of course with Lurrus you can't play it, so that makes it a bit awkward. So Lurrus deck can't do much against Leyline, to be honest, to be fair. Yeah, and here I have Tidebinder, but my opponent knows about it because of discard. So that certainly makes Tidebinder more awkward when your opponent kind of knows about it and can play around it. Yeah, I'm not countering that. If they activate it, I'm just going to Tidebinder. Nah. I like my graveyard. Alright, down to 1. Okay. Everybody's on it, huh? This is like a new list. I could just Tidebinder it, I guess. Or let it resolve and lightning bolts, but I only have good cards in my hand. Yeah, I think I'll just put my lightning bolt to good use here and play Borrower. And I won't. I think I will just draw a card first and see what I draw. Then make a decision on what I want to discard. Alright. Yeah, Wooded Foothills, you're the worst card like in top deck ever. Maybe, I don't know, maybe this... I don't want to play more islands though, because like my red mana count is somewhat lowish. Let me think about this. Actually, I just go face here. Yeah. Who cares about Ashiok? She's locked down anyways, and I don't have anything that fetches anymore. Like, I don't even care. I just want to deal damage, and when they have 15 dealing chunks of 6, it's pretty good. So I could play good old Tidebinder, but if they have Bowmaster end of turn, that's gonna be a huge blowout, so I don't want to. Okay. Well, Counterspell was a pretty good draw here. Like, if I didn't have drawn Counterspell, I would have just gone Tidebinder and countered the Bowmaster's ability. Then they can jump block here, take 3, go to 6, and I still have Spell Pierce up. Yeah, I mean, this is easy. But yeah, like if they would have gone Bowmaster here, I would have just gone Counterspell, because then I have second Counterspell up, and that should be a lock. Alright. What do they have? Okay. Fighting for your survival. Again, like we beat these necro decks twice now. Right. I mean, yeah. I think they're not terrible, of course, but yeah. This deck definitely feels nice, but I just have Veil of Summer in the back of my head, thinking like, oh, Veil of Summer would get me good in a lot of these games. Of course, if you would need to play green, etc., and so on, but like these heavy blue decks, they would stop existing if people start playing like more and more Veil of Summers. I think that card is not a butters. It's Veil of Summer is more dealable in like Legacy, because in Legacy the blue decks have free spells, so they can go Force of Negation or Force of Will, in addition to like a normal counterspell. But in this format they can't. In this format, your opponent has it, they have it, and then you're screwed. So I don't know. Yeah, it's an interesting dynamic for sure. All right. Yes, I'd like to play first. I have Brainstorm to hit me lands. Is that good enough? Top 3? I think I'll try it. I'm also on the play. Another interesting question is, do you actually play the Faerie here on turn 1, or do you just keep up Spell Pierce? I think I just keep up Spell Pierce in case they have a discard spell. And if they have a creature, I have Lightning Bolt, so... Yeah, I'm not 100% about that, but it seems a bit safer. If I just play the Faerie here and they go Inquisition, they can discard my hand and take the Brainstorm, and then I might not hit a land. Wow. Game 1 Leyline, so it's probably another Necro-potence deck. Are you kidding me, guys? It's Eliot's Mono Black Devotion Necro-potence deck, so they could... Spell is obviously very good here. Yeah, I think I'll just chill. In case they have the nuts, in case they have like Dark Ritual into Necro, I have Spell Pierce. Well, I'm glad I have 2 Pithing Needle on my sideboard. Alright, it's Sunken Citadel, yeah, so it's definitely that deck. I could Brainstorm now, or I could Brainstorm in my turn. I think I want to Brainstorm now, even though it gives me less odds of hitting a land. Luckily I did. Yeah. The nice thing is I can just go onto my second screen here. And no, don't open Spotify, that was not my plan. And just go to the melee page and check the deck list. I could Lightning Bolt face here, make the Dix time a bit cheaper. No. Actually, what am I talking about? There's a Leyline of the Void in play. Okay, so we're down to 2 counterspells. Third land gives us these 2 friends, which is great against Khan. Alright, no plays so far. We are putting a counter here away. Ah, damn it. I really was hoping for a land there. Like, if I draw a land there, I think I'm in a very, very good position. Yeah, I think that has to be fine with me. So I can't not keep up counter magic here. So now they have free devotion, but yeah, actually that means they can ramp now, because they can use the Citadel for the Nyctos, and then have a little bit more mana. Okay, let me see. MTG melee. Okay, so they make 2 tokens, I guess, with this. Yeah. What I maybe should have done here is I should have bolted this Bowmaster to deny them 1 devotion, because with that 1 devotion, they were actually able to cast a 5-drop at 1 turn ahead. Yeah, I think I might have done a mistake there. It's like now I have to counter again, and the next thing is resolving. So if I go bolt first, they might only have Ashioks in hand. I think that card doesn't really matter at all. Yeah, that doesn't do anything. Although it does give them extra mana, which is the annoying part, I guess. Yeah, that card does matter. I'm glad I kept the counterspell. So now I would really like to draw a land off the top, of course. Let's check the deck list. Ah, I should have specified, huh? Damn, how many games is Mystic Sanctuary costing me? Is that card even worth it? Tapped land. Ah, pain. I mean, I already cut 1 from the original list I started the video with. Now they can resolve something. Damn it. If I had Tidebinder here, like Tidebinder is quite good against most of their things, besides Necro, I guess. But Ashiok, Big Ashiok. Oh yeah, by the way, so Necro and Big Ashiok is a combo. You can draw your entire... You can basically get rid of your entire library, because instead of paying life, you exile a card as much life as you pay from your library. Which means you can just, yeah, basically pay for 0 life and just exile cards from the top of your library, draw a bunch of cards, and then you get Grey Merchants and Dark Rituals as your last 7 in hand, right? You just draw your entire deck, put those as your last cards in hand, and then you just Dark Ritual into a bunch of Grey Merchants with Nykthos and like other stuff. Yeah, like this, for example, I could have just Tidebindered. Easy peasy. Yeah, the Mystic Sanctuary costing me this game. I mean, by no means I've lost, to be fair. Like now I have Snappy as pressure and 2 Tidebinders and a Flame of Anor. So I probably am ahead here. I just go face. The Ashiok doesn't matter. Just gotta be aware that I cannot fetch while it's in play. Okay, so the Arena Coliseum, there it is. And now we go to Iliot's list. Alright, now I have it here. So there's Grey Merchants. That's actually funny. Like I could let that resolve, and with the trigger on the stack, I shoot it, but then they gain 6. So maybe I just Tidebinder here. Yeah, I probably just Tidebinder it. I could just gain, like, kill this, take 6 damage, go to 6, they go to 18. It's just too risky, I guess. I would draw 2 cards, so that would also be great. But I guess just too much damage here. Alright, Tidebinder doing something good. They keep milling me, but I have 34 cards. Like, the mill aspect is not gonna really do anything. Okay, so they have 2 cards in hand. I think I'm just gonna kill the Grey Merchant and attack. I could keep up the Tidebinder, I guess. It's not a 2-turn kill anyways. Alright, fine. I'll keep up the Tidebinder. They have a lot of things. They have like Khan, the Big Ashiok. This doing the attack first is a bit better against Necro-potence, maybe. Because I deal them more damage. Alright, cool. So they didn't have anything. I theoretically lost out on 5 damage, of course. They have Bowmasters. Oh my god, they get to board wipe me. Fuck. Okay, this just got a little bit more tricky. Ah, was I supposed to play around that, huh? Brutal. Brutal. Jesus Christ. Yeah, that was one of the most brutal Bowmasters I've experienced. Alright, well, down to the wire. Just hoping my opponent's has no answer for this Tidebinder. Although, I guess... Nah. I can just chump block the Tidebinder. I can't even attack. I guess I could try to kill this. I have to, right? I have to go Torch here. Attack Khan. I mean, Khan has no abilities right now, but it's just very risky. Attacking Ashiok would mean I could fetch. I think I just do this. Okay, it looks like they don't have like a march. Alright. Well, just draw some nonsense. Draw ley lines or something. Then they're thinking about not attacking. They will attack, okay. Don't play anything. Yes. Right, no more Bowmasters either, please. Although I do have Scolding, but not right now. Now I have it. Okay, cool. I think I'll attack here and here. To get my land freed up. Yeah. And now just take another 2 damage. I guess Grey Merchant killed me anyways. No, I have Scolding actually. Wait, let's count as Grey Merchant. That's pretty insane. Countering a 5-drop of Scolding has to be the best I've ever done. A little worried about the Bomi, but I guess I have Steam Vents. Torch the tower against Bomi, and I also have Scolding. I just wonder if I should go to 2. I feel like I should not go to 2. Maybe I should. And if I do it, I probably should just do it in my main phase so they can't draw a Bowmaster. They're not even attacking, okay. Well, I guess I'll just do it then. Yeah, because I want to draw into Counterspell and have Scolding for Bowmasters. Alright! Whew! These Necro decks, man, what is going on? Ay. So here I could play Blood Moon because they do have this land combo. I feel like Blood Moon just is not great against this deck though. I don't know, like they just need 1 Swamp, 1 Dark Ritual, they can cast everything essentially. 2 Swamps, they can cast everything besides Necro. Like how many Swamps? 10 Swamps. Yeah, no. Alright, so... oh, this deck doesn't play Ring, interesting. Just plays 1 ring in the sideboard, yeah. No ring, huh? This is such a wild deck, honestly. I don't know if it's crazy, if it's like it succeeded, of course, in the tournament, so there's has to be something to it. But there's no discard spells either, so I don't have to worry about that. All right, Needle is amazing against them, like maybe the best card in the format. Cast into Fire kills the Orc, and then gets rid of things they get with Khan. Maybe Worth. Brazen Borrower seems worth, Spell Pierce seems worth. Alright, Torch out. Scolding seems legit, seems fine. My Ashiok? No. I think Dig Through Time goes, and Snappy. because they're both bad against Leyline. That seems fine. Seems fine to me. Lightning Bolt is not that great, I gotta say, but would be nice to have like some sort of alternative threat here. Nothing comes out of my head like something, I don't know, Shark Typhoon, something. That sort of can pressure. I could also play Mystical Dispute. It does counter Ashiok for 1 mana. Other things. It's weird, but maybe it's not insane. I think I keep the Bolt though. I just get rid of snaps. Kinda low on ways to kill now though. Like a 3 mana 2/1 is not that good either. Although a 3 mana 2/1 that has the upside if they don't, 2 mana 2/1, I mean, if they don't have Leyline in their opening hand, the card just becomes a lot stronger. So maybe I should, maybe it's worth, you know, maybe I should just play it. Maybe like this. Okay. All right. Yeah, I guess. That's pretty good. Cool. Yeah, turn 1 Necro on the play against the blue control deck, sort of. Yeah, that's pretty good. I'm still not convinced that you should, like, I think this Necro combo deck over there is maybe good, but I'm not convinced that these other Necro decks are any good. I don't think they are. All right. Mainly because they play very low amounts of interaction, and that's why they lose to other combo decks. But this deck plays 4 Ashiok in the main, which is a really, really good card in the metagame, or at least against the various combo decks. So it kind of balances it out. I have to start applying pressure, and this thing is actually pretty annoying for them to deal with. I'm just gonna use a bolt. My opponent has a lot of card supplies, so it's a bit scary. Yep. Oh wow. Just slamming down the 5-drop into my counterspell. I'm a bit surprised, not gonna lie. Like, this is the turn where you go like 3-drop, and not 5-drop. Where I clearly have 2 mana open. But I guess the hand doesn't have those cards that I just mentioned, so. Alright, opponent going down to 10. They of course have March in their deck as well, so they can gain all that life back, which, if that one resolves, I'm probably Dobbs. So that's too many extra cards. Alright. Let's put Counterspell on top. What? They go for another Bowmaster here? Funny. Could Lightning Bolt the Bowmaster and draw into the Counterspell. Or just Tidebinder. The problem though is like this Brainstorm is kinda dead if I don't know what to do here. I could also try to like Mystic Sanctuary the Lightning Bolt back on top, do shenanigans and shoot face, hope they just don't have any marches. Okay, that's another Lightning Bolt, huh? Okay. I just don't have pressure, that's the problem. If I had like a Ragavan, I mean these Bowmasters would obviously destroy Ragavan, but you know what I mean, like had a I don't know, a Shredder maybe. You could try to build like a Murktide without Murktide in this format too. Maybe it can work. Oh, my opponent's getting frisky with the Hive. Okay. Oh, I did not anticipate that happening. That's kind of good for me, isn't it? Like, you're basically skipping an entire turn to deal me 3 damage. Oh, they really want to get rid of the Bolt because they're afraid I burn them out, maybe? Okay, go to 9. Alright. Huh. I could attack for free. Or I could leave open double counter. What's gonna happen here? They activate Hive, I can Tidebinder the Hive. And yeah, with Counterspell backup. Attack for 6, draw Bolt to kill them. Huh. Maybe I was meant to draw the Bolt here. I think I'll just... I don't know, should I? Yeah, no, it's too late. Should I attack for 3 there? Put him down to 6, maybe. This time they're not activating Hive. Just kinda hoping for that, but eh. And now I don't have lethal in 2 turns, I just have 2 counterspells. Wow, okay, if they have Khan here, that could be good for me. Because now I can deploy Tidebinder. Counter the Khan, and then I have Counterspell backup. They don't make me use the Flooded Strand right away. I have Bolt on top. I guess I messed this game up. I should have just, instead of Memory Lapse, I should have drawn Bolt. Right? Like now I might have to shuffle back the Bolt. Oh wow, I don't. Okay, well I guess we got this. Nutty. Crazy. I mean, you're not beating double Counterspell. Right? No way. Okay, I guess we found the Necro-potence killer deck. And I don't even draw Pithing Needle. So... yeah, we kind of had the perfect draw here. With like the exact and the Bolt. They had turn 1 on the play Necro-potence though. Like, let that sink in. Let that sink in. On the play, turn 1, keep a 7, Necro. They lost. Turns out skipping your draw step every turn and dealing yourself a ton of damage to draw cards instead, even though there's, you know, many cards, you still lose. I mean, Because I just counter your meaningful other cards, I guess, yeah. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe this deck is just weak to counterspells in general. Opponent maybe also misplayed if they would have not let me draw the lightning bolt, I guess. But I didn't know that. I mean, they didn't really misplay. No, I think they played fine. I misplayed by not. I should have put lightning bolts and then bottom under that. I should have put the memory lapse, I guess. But it isn't super lucky to have happened because if they keep back one creature to play around a flash into lightning bolts, I also can't win. So they should go Khan first and then see if I have Tidebinder. So they certainly messed this game up. But yeah, I mean, I still won. And yeah, pretty good stuff. All right, well, that's Blue-Red Wizards for you guys. I think that's enough content on this deck. Although we've just played the same matchup all over again. I must say, I don't like the mana cost of Snapcaster, Tidebinder, and Flame of Anor. It's kind of feels clunky. I feel like you want to be a little bit leaner. So maybe actually the historic version of this deck that was one of the best decks in historic, which played a much more aggressive build of Wizards, is better than this one, right? I think it could be, because that one also kills very quickly, and this one is rather slow at killing. It's more like a control deck. So yeah, maybe that's the better avenue, and maybe that should be tried, honestly. But yeah, I think also there's not many creatures in that deck that actually die to Bowmaster either. So yeah, why not play that? All right, that's it for this one, though. If you have any suggestions on decks I should try, definitely put them in the comments below. And as always, thank you for watching. See you next time.